3 mount escapes today, but first off, I want to talk about what mount is, and we're going to go from there. So, can I take mount, please? Mount is when I have both my knees on either side, so this waistline. This first position is what I call mid-mount. This is your generic white belt mount. This is where a lot of basic techniques like cross the punch hooks like this are taught from. You can also teach a lot of armbar techniques from this position. All right, it's not a very strong position, right? My hip straddling his belt line. I'm going to talk about why in a moment. The second position you can maintain mount from is what I call low mount. You know how my head is down, my chest is on Serge's chest, and the idea behind low mount is to see how I'm putting my feet together. You can put the soles of your feet together, or you can cross your ankles. Some people even like to go in the grapevine and see how my feet are lacing around his shins. Typically, this is a control position. Note how when I'm in low mount, note how my knees are out like pontoons. Typically, my hands are on the mat, or they're controlling his neck. You can submit here. You can do a head and arm choke. I want you to do that, please. You can do a head and arm choke. Here, you can maybe sometimes do an Americana. But typically it is more of a stabilization position at the personal bottom. This is bucking a lot. The third type of mount is what we have high mount, sometimes called S mount. Called S mount because of the S position that I'm creating with my knees. This is the most attack prone position. This is typically what I want. Right? You can immediately go for an armbar, you can go for chokes, and of course you can go and segue into the back quite easily from S mount. So this is what I want, and of course what Serge wants to prevent. Now, can we switch this up? Kind of go on top, or you're on top. Now, whenever we're working from mount, I want to go and protect my neck. The best way to protect my neck is just putting my thumbs inside the collar. I call this the self choke. It almost looks like I'm doing a lapel choke on myself. The problem with this is see how my elbows are up. Serge, can you go and take S mount? Yeah, you see you can come up high and go ahead and bring your knee underneath, your heel underneath. For S mount, bring your knee right here, down to my hand. Good, and then your heel underneath. See how he's an S mount? Right, he's able to do that. Let's go back, please. Because my elbows are up. Right, so transition again, please. See, my elbows are up. I am protecting my neck, but he can quite easily transition up high into a more superior attack position. So not only do I want to protect my neck, but no, look at my elbows, everybody. I want to go and just have my elbows checking his thigh. So as I maybe try to bridge, do you see how he's typically attacking? He's kind of bugged my neck a little bit, so he's typically going to be attacking. I don't want him to attack. I want his hands on the mat, because if his hands are on the mat, like this, see how his hands are occupied, maintaining his posture and his top position, and they're not on me. So every single time, can you attack a little bit, please? I'm just going to buck up. But note how as I buck, my elbows stay down. I never want to buck like this. So my elbows are up. It allows him to quickly transition into a more superior position. So what we're going to do is a drill. Can we have you sit, kneel? Yeah, thank you. We're going to do a drill where the person on top is going to try, and they're going to maybe try to get their hand inside the lapel, or maybe push the wrist down here for an Americana. All right, but basically he's just trying to attack. He doesn't have to go crazy. However, the person on the bottom is going to go and do the self choke. Note how I'm protecting my lapels, that's protecting my neck, and my elbows are on my rib cage, and thus my elbows are touching his lap. So from here, can you go ahead and attack a little bit, please? I'm just bucking up, and I'm just bucking up here, just to stop Serge from being able to go and launch any attacks. All right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So mid-mount, please. Let's give that a try.